Hey there, fashion bosses. How are you doing? Welcome back to today's class. So, in today's class, we're going to be learning how to make this beautiful, trendy outfit, okay? But the emphasis for us is going to be on the princess that's blouse, princess that's bustier, okay? The roll collar, the one-piece sleeve with the turn-up collar on it, and then the belt in front. Very beautiful, very elegant. If this is what you want to learn, stay to the end of the video and do not forget to subscribe, okay? So I already have my basic body drafted out, okay? My neck depth, neck width, my armhole, okay? My bust point on the bust, the length of the blouse, and then the allowance, okay? So the next thing for us to do right now is to impute our nipple to nipple, okay? Distance between bust, okay, or bust span divided by 4. Mine is 8 divided by 2, rather. Mine is 8 divided by 2. We're going to be having 4. Then we'll add 0.5 to 8, making 4.5. But when you get to the waistline, you add 0.2 inch to it to give you 0.4.75. This is to enable it spread out a little. Then when you get to the hem, this point right now, you add another 0.25 to it so it spreads out more, thereby accommodating the tummy. Okay, so you are now going to be using 5 at this M point. Okay, this is actually how a proper Igbo madam blouse is being drafted. It accommodates the tummy very well. Okay, this is the best of drafting blouses like this. Okay, so I connect it with a roll. Okay, I connect it with a straight line. Okay, as you can see me do. If this is your first time on this channel, we say welcome. Thank you. Kindly subscribe if you are a returning subscriber. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for always coming back. So we are marking out our 2 and 1 inches for our bust contours. Hope you understand this. On that part, we mark 2 inches. On this part, we mark 1 inch. And then we are going to connect from this line right now down to the dart leg on the bottom part of the blouse. Okay. So I'm going to take that again. On your bust line, you mark out 2 inches, the side facing the other side, this side closer to you, 1 inch. You do the same on the waistline. This format are not new, okay? I'm just reiterating for the benefit of those who are new. So as you can see me right now, I'm connecting from the waistline into the blouse hem, okay, to get our shaping, okay. And then I'm contouring the bust here. As you can see me do, these things are not new, okay. Sometimes words fails us to express because we've been teaching and teaching and teaching, okay. So you just watch closely what I'm doing. It's not a new thing, okay. So after doing all of this, our regular, when we are making bust here, we are going to go over to the armhole right now to do our deduction. Like I said earlier, is a princess dart, okay. So I measure my armhole divided by 2. I'm going to be having 4, okay. And then I will add 1 to 8, making 5. So I'll mark that area where I have 5 inches, okay. And then I'll connect it into the dart line or dart leg with a curve, like you can see me do right now, okay. So after doing this, we're going to be deducting 1 inch on both sides of the dart leg on the armhole area, okay, for proper contouring, okay. This is also not new, but you can just continue to learn. Keep learning, it's just a reminder, okay. So after doing the 1 inch deduction, we are going to connect it into the bust span leg, okay, like you can see me do also right now, okay. Do not forget to like this channel, share our videos, give us thumbs up. So we have 2 inches deducted from this armhole right now. We are going to replace that. So I come up by the 2 inches, okay, and then I will extend the line, okay, and then I'm going to draw a new armhole right now, like you can see me do. This enables us to remain in measurement. What that means is that when we are joining, we don't run short of fabric. So please make sure you do this, okay. So we are done. You can see our bust here is looking well contoured, okay. We are done with that part. The next thing for us to do right now is to impute the circumferences. Your bust divided by 4, under bust divided by 4, waist divided by 4, the upper hip, which is the length of the blouse, divided by 4. So I've done that. So I'm going to come to this angle right now, which is the side of the blouse. I'm going to come up by 1.5 inches, and then I'm going to curve it into the blouse line. This to enable us have a bit of shape around the side of the blouse. You can choose not to do this, it's not compulsory, but I just like doing it because it gives the blouse a beautiful outlook. Okay, so after doing this, I think we are done. We are just going to go ahead right now to cut this out. Like I always say, I don't like fast forwarding the process where I'm cutting because a lot of us need it. It's one thing to draft, it's another thing to cut. Sometimes we don't know where to cut, where to take, and where to keep to ourselves. So I like leaving it so that we can see. So whilst we are the cutting, I want to encourage you to please subscribe. A lot of 99% of you that is watching this video right now are not subscribed to this channel, and this is not good. It cost us a lot, days, weeks, hours, money, internet, everything, materials to put up videos for you. The least you can do is to click on that button to get subscribed. Like the channel, like the videos, share it, recommend us, give a thumbs up. That is the least you can do. We are not asking you for money. Okay, please do that. Please do that. Okay, subscribe, and as you do so, may the Lord bless you in Jesus' name. All right, so we are still cutting, as you can see right now. I also want to remind us that here on this channel we upload headwear tutorials such as auto gele, turban fascinators, headband, hats, and everything you can use to adorn your hair. And you can see that you're on the right channel. And then sewing tutorials of all sorts. Okay, so this channel is loaded. Please subscribe so that you are always the first to get notification each time we drop videos, which of course we regularly do. Okay, subscribe, like, share. I will come to your house, so you just see me in your house. My knees are on the ground. Subscribe. Subguinea, subscribe. Have you done so? Thank you. You're a good person. May the Lord bless you. May you also have support. May the Lord support you as you support us in Jesus' name. So you can see our front bodies is looking all beautiful. All beautiful. Oh, I love this. The next thing for us to do is to draft the back panel of this blouse. So you can go ahead to pad it however you want it, cut your lining and then turn it. Whilst when you are turning, do not turn the neckline because we are going to be attaching a collar. So this is our back bodies already ruled out, basic lines. Okay, your bust, your waist. We don't need the under bust, but the line is there. Your armhole, okay. So right about now, we are going to be marking out a zipper allowance of 2 inches. That is what we are marking out right now. Zipper allowance of 2 inches. And then I'm going to connect that with a straight line, as you can see me do right now. In this back panel, you don't need to extend the waistline and the hip line by 0.25 inch because there is no tummy, okay, at the back, okay. So after doing this, I want to extend my armhole line because I already wrote out the armhole line before I remember that I have not taken my zipper allowance. So I'm extending my armhole line, of course, which by implication my back or my shoulder. That's what I'm trying to correct right now so that this other line does not confuse you. Okay. So I've taken my shoulder measurements. As you can see, my L for my armhole is looking already. Okay, so I'm going to be taking my neckline 3 inches width and then 8 inches depth. My shoulder slope of 1 inch, okay, and then I connect the shoulder slope into the neckline. So the depth of the neckline for the back is going to be 8 inches. Why it is 8 inches is because it's going to be a V neckline. Why it is a V neckline is because we are going to be attaching a roll collar to it. A roll collar that is going to have an arc, okay, it's always best to use a V neckline so that it lays properly. All right, we have videos on this channel that, we've talked so much about that, okay, how to draft, how to sew, how to attach, roll collar, and all of that, okay. So after doing that, you can see the V neckline is already. I'm going to impute my dart leg, which of course is your nipple to nipple divided by 2. Right about now, I'm curving my armhole. So nipple to nipple divided by 2 is going to be 4 plus 0.5, making it 4.5 inches. Like I said, you don't need to add 0.2 inch to this because there is no tummy at the back. Okay? It's just a straight line, right? So I'm connecting my dart line right now with a straight line. So we are going to be connecting, the back panel is also going to be a princess dart. So I come to my armhole, divide by 2, locate the mid, giving me 4, came down by 1, making it 5, and then connect from that 5 inches point into my dart leg, just exactly what we did in the front panel. The difference is that we are not deducting anything because there is no bobby at the back, okay. So you try as much as you can not to make it pointy, okay, because there is no bobby at the back. You're not deducting anything. But I went up by 1 inch, okay, so that I don't run short of fabric when I'm joining. And then I'm going to connect my new armhole just like we did for the front panel, okay. The front panel was 2 inches. This one is 1 inch because we didn't deduct anything from this one, okay. Hope you understand. Thank you. If you do not understand, please ask your question on the comment section, okay? So right about now, I actually deducted 0.5 inch, from the waist side for the dart, but I eventually ended up not using it. I thought I should let you know, okay? I just cut it straight on the princess dart line, okay? And then I sew it down. I did not use the 0.5 inch deduction I'm doing right now, so you can as well ignore it, all right? So have you subscribed? If you have not, please kindly do. Help my ministry. Biko no no. Thank you. Thank you. Help, subscribe, like, share, comment. Make this video go viral. So the next thing is to add impute as circumferences, your bust circumference, your waist, and then the hip, upper hip of the blouse. That's I've done, and I'm connecting my circumferences together. And then I'm going to come down to the side of the blouse and do my 1.5 inches deduction and connect into the hem of the blouse, just like we did for the front panel. Like I all said, initially, you can choose not to do this, okay. So basically, guys, we are done with the back panel. All right, we are done with the back panel. So the next thing for us right now is to cut it out. Okay, so we're going to be drafting a one-piece sleeve for the project we are working on. So the first thing for us to do is to measure our cap slope, our sleeve slope. So we're going to be using a 5-inch for sleeve slope. So already we have a tutorial video on how to draft cotton, so a one-piece sleeve on the channel. You can also watch it or drop the link on the comment on the description box so you can get yourself abreast with it in case you have any confusion. Okay, so we're going to be using a 5-inch from here to this point. It's called our sleeve slope. So I'm going to be using a 5 inches for it. So I just measure 5-inch and then bring the same 5-inch here, and then I'm just going to connect the line with a long row or with a straight row rather. So after doing this, the next thing for us to do is to measure our elbow length somewhere around here. Okay, somewhere around here, and it is so we're using 13 inches for it, the elbow. So from the starting line, I'm going to take 13 inches. So you should go ahead and use that of yours or of the person you are working for. Hope you understand. And then the length of the sleeve, which is somewhere around there, the 3/4, it is 18 inches. Okay, 18 inches. And then I'm just going to connect all of it with a straight line. I add a 0.5 inch to it for joining, because the sleeve is also going to have something like a cuff, you know, like a collar. That's cuff collar that you can flip up. You know how it is on men's shirts, okay? But in this case, we're just going to flip it off. However the wearer want to do it, it's fine by her. But we're just going to flip it off so it has an extension like a cuff, okay? That we are going to cut out separately. So after doing that, the next thing for us to do is to determine our cap height. But first of all, I'm going to impute my armhole circumference divided by 2. Okay, so the armhole, the entire armhole of the dress, when you measure around, is 24 inches. So by the time you divide it by 2, I will be having 12 inches, okay? No, we are not going to use the entire because a part of it extends still over to the same allowance, you know, on the side. I impute that there, and then I look for the midpoints of this. So this is the midpoint. This is the midpoint. I'm just going to roll it or make a mark. Okay, so on this midpoint right now, this is a sleeve slope. I'm just going to come down. I measure 3.5 inches from here to here. We give us 3.5 inches. I just measure it like this. Okay, and then I'll roll a straight line. I'm going to do it with a breaking line, so you're able to differentiate it from the previous. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this line up your folding. I'm going to bring this line up here. This will enable us get a midpoint around here. So I bring this line up. Okay, so this has given us a midpoint. So this point right now is the midpoint. Okay, so the next thing for us to do is to get our curve and then connect. So we are connecting from this midpoint to the starting line point. Okay, so we connect it this way. You connect it in such a way that this point is not pointy. Okay, this point here is not pointy. It is somewhat flat. When you open it, it's not pointy because it's not going to have a, what do you call it? Yeah, it's not going to have a pleat or any form of gathers around the area. We just need that official look. Hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So just connect it this way, okay? And then you turn your ruler from this midpoint. You connect it into your slope line. Hope you can see, okay? You make sure it is sitting on your point and then slopes down to your slope line, okay? This way. Do you understand? Okay, so as you can see, this point now, you see this cap eyes, okay? This cap eyes is long, so this is what gives you the official look. This part now is called the crown, okay? The shoulder, the crown. So it just gives you that official, you know, and kind of serious look, okay? So after doing this, I'm just gonna take my tape rule again and look for my armhole circumference this way. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Just look for it again. Okay, so it was 12 inches, right? So this is where we have. I'm just going to go ahead to add like a 1 inch or 0.5 inch to it, whichever one works for you, it's fine. Okay, so this is the sleeve. So you're just going to impute your um elbow circumference, and then the circumference of the length of the sleeve divided by 2. So what I have here is 12. I'm going to divide it by 2. I will be having 6, and then I'm going to go ahead to add a 1 inch, same allowance to it. You do the same here. You do the same here. Here is 9.5, but I'm going to make it 10. Okay, divide by 2, and then I'm going to go ahead to add a 1 inch, same allowance to it. Give me a pencil. And then I'm going to connect it this way. I just use my pants cuff, and then I connect it this way. So guys, we are done with the draft. I'm just going to cut it off right away. Okay, so this is how to draft. I just start to do it directly on this on the fabric. Okay, and then not drafting it on the paper. Okay, so this is how to cut a one-piece sleeve. It's basically used for official outfits. All right, so after cutting this, I'm just going to cut the cuff side, that's somewhat collared side, and then continue. Okay, so guys, before we continue with the remaining parts of the sleeve, we are going to go ahead, because I'm trying to manage the fabric, we're going to go ahead to cut the roll collar. The style is also got a roll collar. Okay, so the first thing for us to do, give me the blouse. The first thing for us to do is to measure the circumference of our neckline. So this is the blouse. I've gone ahead to turn it. Okay, I didn't get to show that part in the video because I believe turning of blouses, and I mean, it's something a lot of us, we've done a lot of that here on this channel. Okay, so this is it. This is the princess that's bustier. You see how beautiful and outstanding it's looking. Okay, this is it. All right, so this is the back side. Remember, the back side, we made it a V. All right, the back side was a V. So as a matter of fact, a V neckline is often best for a roll collar. Okay, it enables it to relax properly, right? So you must try as much as you can to have a V neckline, you know, at the back of your outfit. Okay, so we are just going to measure what we have, the entire circumference. As you can see, I have pinned my zippers allowance inward, because we don't need the zipper allowance space. Hope you understand. So the first thing for you to do in getting your roll collar is measuring the totality of your neck circumference from the back, which is the V neckline, into the front, which is a circle or a round. You take it all the way. Okay, continue to measure until you get to the other end, right? My physical students here is saying right. So what we have is 17.5 inches. Okay, the circumference of our neckline is 17 points. Did I say 17 or 27? Please, let's confirm that again. Let's confirm, oh, so we do not make a mistake. Oh, please be checking, oh, and be sure. Physical students here said it's 27. Me, I was thinking it's 17 we got. It is where? Okay, actually it's 27.5 because we're on 17.5 already. But it's often best to confirm, yeah? Right, so what we have is 27.5, yeah? Okay, so you get your fabric and you fold it in a bias form. So this is the fabric. Okay, like I said, we're trying to manage the fabric. This is the fabric. You know what it means to fold in a bias form, okay? In almost like in a diagonal manner. We've taught all of this in this channel. Please go watch videos go to the channel. I have a lot of videos, okay? That's when we are doing some class and you don't seem lost. I teach and I teach extremely well. That's I can hit my hand on my chest and say, and I'm sure you guys can also, attest to that. So in folding in bias form, you fold your fabric this way, okay? Now it is not straight like this. Are you understanding? Right? It's not straight like this, but in a diagonal way like this. It is also called a bias form or a bias way of folding. Okay, you do it this way. Okay, so it looks like as though you're trying to create or get a triangle. So after doing that, you will pick up this part, and then you flip it over like this. Okay, you flip it over like this. It will also in somewhat way give you another like a triangle, okay, as you can see. So right now we are going to assume, or so that is what it is, this folded part is going to be the front, center front, okay, the center front, while this part is going to go into the left side, the right side, and into the back. Hope you understand what I just said. So you determine how big you want your collar to be, but I'm just going to go ahead to use a 3 inches width, okay? So I just measure 3 inches, right? I just measure 3 inches, or let me use 3.5 inches, because we are going to stitch the upper part and then stitch the lower part, attaching it to the garments, okay? So I just go ahead and use a 3.5 inches, okay? First and foremost, let's determine the length of the collar. So what we had earlier was 27.5 inches divided by 2 is going to be 13.25. Is that right? 27 is going to be 13.75. Yeah. So this is 13.75. Okay, this is where we have 13.75. So I have taught this both in pattern drafting and transferring into fabric. Is on the channel. Please get yourself abreast. So we have 3.5, and then we are going to measure 3.5 all the way. Okay, we are going, Debbie, okay, we are going to measure 3.5 all the way, right? So we've measured 3.5 here. We are going to connect it. Oh, I forgot, this place is on fold, so there won't be any need stitching this upper parts, okay? So this is our 13.5. So depending on how you want, that arc, like a V at the back, depending on how big you want it to be, okay, you're just going to come down. You can use between 3, 4, 5, 6 inches, depending on how big you want it to be, and also depending on the preference of the client. So I'm just going to come down by 5 inches here. I'm just going to come down by 5 here. I'm trying to ensure that my fabric is up to that point, okay? So, and then from this part now, I'm going to connect with a slanty line, okay? This way. Like that. All right? So we are done with our collar, our rolled collar. So we're just going to cut it off. After cutting it off, you infuse your fusible interface. So you can use a paper stay or an air stay on it. Okay, so for the sleeve extension, that's cuffed inside, or that's turn up. Okay, I have this piece of fabric, so we are cutting both of them at the same time. So I just fold it this way, okay, so that we can get both together. Then I fold it like this. This is for the two sleeve, okay. Then I bring the main sleeve that we drafted and cut out initially, okay. I place it here like this. Okay, this is to enable us get the circumference of this part, which was excuse me, the length of the sleeve, okay. So I place this on this with a seam, using a 0.5 inch as the seam allowance, Okay, hope you understand what I'm trying to do. I'm going to pin it down. So I pin it down to keep it in place for us. Okay, then you're going to determine how long you want the turn up part to be from here. How long you want the turn up part to be. Let me use 5 inches plus 0.5 inch for seam allowance, so that's 5.5. Okay, and then this part we'll reduce it to about 3.5 inch because we're going to connect like this. This part is a little pointy. Okay, or let's use 3 inches. I extend this to this point. Okay, and then I'm going to use a little curve to connect it into this part, like you can see me do. Let me get a proper right, something like this. Something like this, and then we are going to cut it out. Okay, you're going to infuse your collar stay or your gum stay to it to give it that firmness. Okay, so this is what we have. So you're going to infuse your gum stay to it. After infusing your gum stay to it, you're going to sew it like this, like this, like this, and then like this, and then notch it and then turn it inside out. Okay, I also have, there is this long I also have this long, there is something like a belt in front of the dress. Just, it's just designed, not it's not like a belt, just, what do you call that thing, just by on the shoulder. Okay, so I have this long strip that I cut out. I made the down part slanted. I slanted the down part, something like a belt. You know how we used to call belts. Okay, somewhat in no particular order, there is no measurement. It depends on how lengthy you want it to be. So I'm going to infuse a paper stay on this and then run a straight stitch. Okay, turn it inside out and then iron it properly. So I think that is for that. Okay, I'm just going to go and do all of those and then I'll get back to us. So guys, this is a rolled collar. I have infused my stay or interfacing on it. So at this point, you are going to turn it this way. Okay, turn it this way, and then you are going to sew this act part. You're going to sew from here to here. This other part from here to here, and then turn it inside out. Don't touch this part yet. Okay, okay guys, so we are going to fix the roll collar now. This is what we have. Okay, so like I said earlier, both angle has been sewn, turned inside out. I explained that earlier, and then I held this part down with a loose stitch. Okay, so I'm going to locate the midpoint. Okay, just like this, right? Then I'm also going to come to the garment and locate the midpoints of the neckline, especially the front part. Okay, I'll locate the midpoints this way, right? So I open it up like this, I grab the collar, and then I place it midpoints facing midpoints. Sorry, midpoints meeting midpoints. Okay, but at this point in time, if you did it like this, if you place the collar, you know, on the right part of the fabric, it means you will have to, like in other videos we have here on the channel, it means you have to finish, you know, the rough edges using a bias. Okay, but I don't want to go through that route right now. So I just place the collar, you know, on the inside part, inner parts of the garment this way, still midpoint, you know, on midpoint. So I'm just going to pin it down. Okay, so right about now, you're just going to pin it all the way. Okay, pin it all the way. From the center front to the back neckline. You see, everything is accurate. Okay, but sometimes note that you may have a bit of excess, you know, on the collar. You have to loosen it, take it back to your sewing machine, you know, and adjust it. Okay, so I just pin. I come to the other parts, the center front to the other end, and then I'm going to pin. So guys, we're done pinning, and this is what we have. Right about now, you take it to your sewing machine, and then you sew from one end of the back neckline into the front neckline, and then brings you back to the other end of the back neckline. And when you are done sewing, you flip it over like this. Okay, you flip it over like this. All right, this is what you should have when you flip. Okay, so let me just zip it up. If you've watched this video to this point in time, please kindly do well to give a thumbs up, a like, and a subscription. Okay, so this is what you should have in front. Do not forget to give it a good ironing. Okay, this is what you should have in front. This is how the neckline, the row collar should be. Okay, like this, as you can see. Right, this is it. This is it, the front, and then this is how the back should be. Don't forget, we've not ironed. By the time we iron, everything is going to rest properly. Okay, hope you can see. This is how the back, this is what you should have. Right, okay, this is what you should have. I've not ironed, that's why it's looking this way. This is what you should have. All right, that's what you should have. Okay, it's looking very beautiful, and this is the front. Okay, so right about now, I'm going to show you how to fix the turn up, you know, on your sleeve. The turn up, that turn up cuff we have on the sleeve. We are going to do that. Okay guys, so this is the piece of fabric that we cut out earlier that we intend using for the turn up. So what you have to do right now is you fold both into this way. Okay, and then you shape it. You are shaping it. Don't forget that we use the circumference of the length of the sleeve to cut it. So whatsoever you have here, you know, as the circumference of the length of your sleeve is what you should also have here. So when you shape it, with whatsoever circumference, I mean measurement you are using, for instance, for mine is 5 inches. I come up here and I do like 6 inches here. Okay, so that it opens up when you turn it up. Okay, you know, this part of the hand and this part are not the same size, and then I will connect. I'll connect it like this. All right, so whatever, do not forget we are adding interfacing gum stay to it. Okay, I'm just doing this, showing you this for the purpose of this class, and I don't have power at the moment. All right, so whatever you have here, you replicate it on both, on the other one. Okay, and then connect it. You take it to your sewing machine and then you sew. All right, so after sewing, you turn it inside out this way, both of them. Okay, you pick it up and you place it this way. Okay, this upper part, we want to use one to turn the other. Don't forget, both of them are the same fabric. Okay, you want to use one to turn the other. You can also choose to use two different fabric. Okay, you may want, I'm sorry about the noise, you may want another color of fabric to be the one that will appear, you know, when you do the turn up. Okay, it all depends on you. So you place it this way, this upper part that is got this arc, okay, front part meeting with the front part, okay, or yeah, front part meeting with the front part this way. You turn it inwardly the way I just did it, and then you sew. Okay, pin it down properly to be sure that everything is properly and well aligned. Okay, as you can see, this is well aligned, and then you sew it round. All right, so after sewing it round, you open it and then you turn it inside out. Okay, you turn it inside out. Inside out, this is what you should have. Okay, you see how beautiful it's looking. This is exactly what you should have. Okay, you see the arc, because this is how it will sit. This is how it will sit. This arc is facing the upper part. Okay, so you come to your sleeve, you bring it to your sleeve. Okay, and then this same part should mix with this same part. Okay, you tuck this inside like this. Okay, and then you make sure all seams are properly aligned, and then you pin. All right, hope you're following what we're doing. And then you pin. Okay, give this video a thumbs up if you know you've learned anything from it. Like it, share it, drop your comments, drop your question, drop your concern. Okay, if you're interested in our online classes, please contact us. All right, so you pin it round before taking it to your sewing machine to sew. Okay, so I just continue pinning till I exhaust my circumference. So after pinning, you take it to your sewing machine and then you sew it round just the way you've pinned it. All right, so you take it to your sewing machine and you sew it round. After sewing it round, you bring out the inner one, which is the turn up, and then you fold it this way. This is what you should have. You see that it looks very neat. You're not seeing any form of seam. So this is what you should have at the end of the day. Okay, and this is the sleeve. This is the turn up. You see how beautiful it is looking. Okay, guys, I'm really sorry about this noise. Okay, guys, so this is that belt we made initially, that long strip. So when you are done with the outfit, you just place it on whatsoever part of the shoulder that you desire. Okay, on the shoulder seam, you just stitch it down there. Okay, and we are done with this tutorial. Okay, so see you guys in our next tutorial. Bye for now.